I absolutely believe that what the NSA has been doing for the last dozen or so years has been in gross violation of the Fourth Amendment concerning rights of privacy and against unwarranted searches. And I don't think there's any justification for it.
Well, it definitely is going to trample on privacy rights. There's no doubt about that. What has to be answered politically, I guess, for lack of a better term, is just how much latitude should they be given to do their function. You have to decide what you believe their legitimate function is. It's to protect us. At least I'm assuming that's what they would say. And then just how do you balance that with what your own personal rights are? And that's a real hard question to answer.
Right.
I'm of a mind that the government should not be surveilling every American citizen. That until there is a warrant or significant evidence that somebody is potentially betraying our nation in some way, until that point, they should not be gathering information on anyone. And that means that the remaining 300 million of us should be left alone until there's some reason for them to be keeping an eye on what we're doing. What they're currently doing is, of course, collecting data on everyone and then sifting through it when somebody, red flags. And I think that that's just wrong. And I think a lot of people agree, but nobody seems to be doing a whole heck of a lot to change that situation. Based on what I do know, or at least what I have read and seen in the documentary and the film and the articles that I've read, I consider him to be more on the heroic side. I don't consider him to be a traitor in any way. I think that a real American hero is someone who stands up for the values of our nation and the principles behind our government. And that's what I saw him do. He saw a wrongdoing and he did what he thought was best to let the people know.
My reaction was that personally, if those documents in fact put lives in our country in jeopardy, that was not the way to do that. I think that he's trampling over some of the protections that are there for us. So should he have done it? I guess only the future can answer that for sure, but should he be prepared to face consequences for what he did? Yes. If he's going to do that, he should be prepared to face what the consequences are.
Thank you.
Okay. Part of our whole legal system. I mean, our country, I think, was founded under principles where the individual's rights were something that were going to be given a very high priority compared to what historically they had been. We come basically from the English system where many years ago individuals were not viewed as having many rights. They were almost considered property in all situations. And when our country was founded, the rights of individuals started to be elevated. And privacy is one of those. And it's one that has been, I think, at this point, interpreted more into the law